Hello, Goons. My name is Alex, and welcome to Marvel's Spiderman. Oh God, I am so freaking excited for this game. Oh, sorry. I've planned to play this for such a long time, but I just couldn't figure out what would be a good time to do it since I wasn't exactly in the best YouTube position back in the day. Well, I say back in the day. It was like a 2018, 2020. I did have something by then, but I didn't think I would. I didn't think it was appropriate. But please excuse at some point in this first episode that I turned down the music. It's because I'm worried about the Let's Play getting copyrighted, so throughout this opening segment, I will do my best to try and talk, but it may not. What the hell's that PS4 in there? Jesus Christ! Insomniac knew what the hell they were doing. Anyway, so I do think that this intro actually does a good job, kind of giving you an idea of who Peter is in this universe, because spoiler alert, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. but yeah, like, this gives you an idea of who this version of Peter is, who this version of Spider-Man is. But if there's one thing I don't really like about this version of Peter, it's the model. Specifically from the remastered version, which is what I'm playing. He looks like, what was his name? Tom Holland. Tom Holland, that's who he is. The MCU Spider-Man. Now, I got nothing against the guy. I think he was a fantastic Spider-Man and Peter Parker. But in the original PS4 version, Peter looked a little bit more like his voice actor, Yuri Lowenthal. And say what you will about Yuri Lowenthal, the man does great work. He was Sasuke from the English dub of Naruto. And also he's been in most incarnations of Ben 10. In fact, I think Ben was the main role that I know him as. But anyway, okay, now I'm turning off the music, but there is another thing that I will turn off later, but that's not until the next video. And here I'm trying to find the adaptive triggers because I don't like them. Really. I get the idea is to immerse a player in a game, but honestly, when it comes to like a shooting game or this game, I'd rather there be no latency issues. Well, not really latency issues, but I don't want to feel like I'm having to press the damn thing just to do something that should be smooth and snappy. But I don't really know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry. Oh my god, like, Insomniac Spider-Man is one of my favorite games ever created. It is absolutely fantastic. If and only if you have not played this game, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. Not only is it on the PS4 and PS5, but it's also on PC, so you can get it that way. One of my favorite things is just like a. Sorry, I'm. My brain thinks faster than my mouth, so yeah. But like, one of my favorite things about this game is simply just simply swinging across New York City as Spider-Man. it it feels really, really amazing. But also, the combat in the game is actually pretty fun. Yeah, it may feel like, you're trying to turn your hands into a pretzel with your controller at times, but once you really start to, sit down, pay attention, and focus, it's really not that complicated. And we will get into combat in a second here, but I just gotta say one thing. Like, well, actually, no, I don't really need to say anything. Sometimes you may notice that I'm going under an opponent and hitting him twice with a kick. That is my go-to strategy to knock them down fast. Although you don't learn about that until much later in the game. And I do think that we will see that in this part, though. At least I hope so. Well, aside from the back hit, aerial combat is also a really good strat for taking care of enemies quickly. Because enemies without guns are just going to stand there and wait for you to come down while you take care of the guy in the air, which he may or may not take like 3 hits. But
okay, Yuri, all done.
Anyway, so how about we start talking about the suit? That's a major part about Spider-Man. It's the suit. And in this game, which I think we'll get into part 2, suits kind of play a big factor into the game. But let's talk about the base suit right now. I think that this is a perfectly suitable suit. Serviceable. Frank, why am I so bad today? Anyway, I think that the suit is I think it works because while it does look like a very standard Spider-Man suit, it does have a bit of its own flair to it, like the angular spider, the sharp legs on the back, and I can't really tell too well, but I think that there's some kind of tubing in there. And also, as we saw earlier, there's actually some amount of technology built into the costume itself. It's like a homemade Batman suit, but instead of Batman, it's Spider-Man. Well, okay, so about the story, which you probably have not heard, which you probably guessed by now. If you've been paying attention to the subtitles and whatnot, we are after the Kingpin, which is, in my opinion, more of an enemy suited for Daredevil or the Punisher. But he is a major crime boss, so I guess any New York-based hero can take him on? I guess. Anyway, so we are going into his building in order to find him and basically bring him to justice. But the problem is he's not gonna go quietly, so we gotta help the police and take care of the thugs with guns. And if we can, also take on the Kingpin himself, but one step at a time. So anyway, oh my goodness, it is gonna be a little bit tricky to keep my mind active for this game. So I guess what I could ask, well, just for just for some audience engagement, let me know down in the comments which Spider-Man suit, not necessarily from the game, but in general, which Spider-Man suit is your favorite? You know, because audience interaction is pretty nice, I will admit. But sorry, that was my chair. Anyway, or well, I guess I should go first then, huh? Because I'm the one who's actually playing the game. But that is a tough one. Although I would have to say the Spider Armor Mach 3. I forget what it was called in the comics, but I might put a picture up on the screen or actually have some text that says it, but I don't know for sure. But anywho, so I actually like that suit because not only does it look like a cool suit of armor, but I also like the red and black color scheme. I think that works very, very well for Spider-Man. And well, some people will also say that, well, the classic, and some will say, well, the classic red and blue suit. I'm like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with the classic, but I'm not too sure. Like, yeah, we've seen it like a dozen times. You know what I mean? But anyway, but I should note that there are some bits of stealth in the game, but we won't see that until much, well, I wouldn't say much later, but like part 2 at the earliest is when we'll see it. And actually, speaking of planning ahead, though, my goal for the game is to collect all the backpacks, collect all of the landmark pictures, do all of the challenges, stealth and combat, and do all the Fisk sites. If you play this game, you know what I'm talking about. But we'll get to those as we go along in the game. For now, it's just Spider-Man with Kingpin and his goons. That is all we got for now. But anyway, so when the first version of this game came out, I was freaking excited for it. Like, honestly, like, it was one of those games that I was really, really looking forward to, but I couldn't get the physical version, so I had to settle for a digital copy, which you know I am not complaining about, for the record. Though I should note that that the PS4 version I have, it came with 3 costumes that you would get on launch day. Those were the MCU suit, the Spider-Punk suit, and the Mach Speed suit, I think that's what it's called. Well, really, I just liked one and called it a day. Though, you shouldn't really knock any of the suits, though. But we will get to that when we get to it. Anyway. I honestly feel like that I am repeating myself, and I do apologize for that, but I feel that, you know, you're going to be lost with what I say, and I really don't want that, so that's honestly one of the reasons why I'm a little bit nervous about commentary, and especially post commentary. But well, okay, QTEs actually. There is an option where you can turn them off and have the gameplay itself, but I figured that wouldn't necessarily be good gameplay if I just didn't play what was there. Or, words, sorry. Like, I thought people would say something like, "You're not a real gamer if you just let the game do it for you." And to that, I'm like, well, not everyone has the attention to do that. But sometimes you want to watch a cool cinematic. Although for this playthrough, I will not be turning on the auto QTE. You know, I will do them myself, and if I fuck up, I fuck up. All right. But let me think. In terms of enemy variety, there isn't really a lot. Like, what we're seeing is gonna be a majority of the type of enemy we fight, just with a different skin. Like the Fisk thugs, for example, you know? There's the ones that there's the ones that use their hands, there's the ones that use guns, and there's the ones that use rocket launchers. But yeah. Like but again, we won't be seeing any other enemies with skins until way later in the game. And while I do enjoy the game, I don't necessarily think that it's perfect, because like there are a few narrative things that I just wouldn't add or just completely change, but that's just me. You know, like I have my own way of making stories. I have my own way of a character interaction and growth. So it's not going to make sense or appeal to everybody. Like, it just like throws a gun at a guy. And I think we can get an upgrade for that later, but again, we don't have that right now, so oh well. Anyway, so these guys there are two guys here with shields. Basically, just hitting them is not going to work. You need to hit, duck under, and hit him from behind. Oh yeah. Also, fire hurts. Just like I get that. Sorry, just it's a wee bit stupid in my eyes. But anyway. But yeah, taking down the shield guys is actually a lot of fun, because you know I'm sure you noticed that, but the attack from behind can actually hit a lot of enemies when the guy is sent flying. So it's a decent crowd control option, but note that not every enemy encounter is going to be like that, so, you know. And here we have the boss fight with Wilson Fisk, aka the Kingpin. Now, comic fans would know this, but while he is a bulky guy, he's not really fat. only like 2% of his body is fat. The other 98% is pure muscle. At least that was his old comic origin, and the origin from the 90s Spider-Man animated series. But I'm not too sure if that's his modern origin today, because comic writers tend to redo things a lot, but oh well. And I swear that this turret section always gives me some kind of trouble, because the idea is that you need to web them up, yank them off of their platforms, and throw them at the door Kingpin's at. It sounds simple on paper, but I always start by screwing it up. I swear to God, I've never had an easy time with this. But now we move on to the fight proper. And basically, you either need to throw stuff at him or just web him up. That is really all you need to do for this. And also be careful, because he does hurt, like, a lot. See that? Yeah, and it's only gonna get worse as the fight goes on. Though thankfully we're in the second and final phase. Yeah, bosses tend to have like 2 phases or so. If you count the turret segment as a phase, then technically it's supposed to be 3, but point stands. This is the final phase of the fight. So Fisk will also send in his thugs just to throw you off of your game, and also get pot shots, and also screw up with your object throws. But it's not the end of the world, really. Like it may seem like a simple fight on paper, but it's not that simple, really. Although thankfully Fisk can hurt his own men, it's not so good, because they just keep coming even if you take care of them first. But again, it's not the end of the world. I do nearly die, but to be fair, when I first played the game, I died like, I don't know, like twice, I think. So yeah, first time, well, actually every time, I would say, he will put you to the test, you know. And thankfully you can do a regular knockout move on him to do a lot of heavy damage, but that's not gonna really help. Oh. So, anyway. Now the fight's almost done. We just need to take care of Fisk, like... there we go. He does do some kind of wrestling moves on you, but, honestly, I would have liked it if he was about to break Spider-Man's back like Bane. I'm sorry. Like I know that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I think it's pretty fun. And this last QTE segment is the final thing we have to do for the fight. Oh look! It's the first Sam Raimi Spider-Man movie.
Should we kiss now? Yeah, maybe later.
But anyway, so that is Kingpin. The first boss of the game finally done, and well, we still have a lot more to go through. Like, this game puts a lot of emphasis on story and gameplay, though thankfully a lot of things you can just, not do. Although for me personally, I will want to do those anyway, because I want the suits, I want all of the I want all the stuff that the side missions can help me get, so
The Kingpin is heading to prison.
So now that Kingpin's done,
Take a vacation.
we have work. no joke, like, we need to go on with... We need to head to Peter's day job. But before that, we have a skill tree. Basically, when you reach a certain level... Well, I shouldn't say a certain level. It's when you level up, you will get an experience point. Or, not an experience point, a skill point. And that skill point can go to any branch on the skill tree. Now, personally, I would prioritize the dodge ability, which gives you ample time to do a perfect dodge, which and a perfect dodge can basically stun an enemy for like a few seconds. Like they won't become a bother to you until they get webbing off of their face. So, yeah. Also, maybe also take care of... maybe also do the skill that lets you hurl enemies around when they're webbed up. Because that can come in handy in a lot of areas. But, you know. Anyway, so... Maybe asking just who is Peter working with? Well, it's Dr. Octavius, aka Dr. Octopus. Like, anyone who has played the game knows exactly where the story is gonna go, but for those who have not, because there are a number of people out there who haven't, they may not know, and I'm trying to get them up to speed. So... Now, when I saw the ending to this game, I nearly broke down. Like, it was one of the first times I think that a game actually wanted to make me cry, because I don't know, just I get that it's a bunch of pixels on a screen, but I think it's the magnitude of the story and how deep these characters go. At least I think that's how it is, but don't take my word for that, okay? Now, this particular story beat right here, I think I would have omitted, because like I get that, you know, not everyone is gonna be a kind-hearted soul. Business is business. You gotta do what you gotta do, tough calls and all that. But seriously, did we need like, I'm sorry, just I don't know what I'm talking about, but we do have a few minutes left, because I did want to show this off before we head out to the next main story segment, which is as Spider-Man. Believe it or not, you don't get to play as Peter for that long. You know, I think the only times you do are in a community center, in the lab, and that's it. Anyway, so the lab segments are basically current puzzles. You just need to guide the power into the battery, and that's it. Now, these do get complicated as the puzzles go on, but honestly, they're pretty fun, and they can actually give you some things that you may need for other things. I know it's very vague, but I am trying my damnedest not to spoil everything. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like, there is so much shit in here that I want to do, but I can't. You know what I mean?
Nice. Okay, what next?
Anyway. But after this, and another thing in the lab, we will head out and we will end the video. So, with all that said, if you guys did enjoy, I should probably save that. But I do have one last question for you guys.
See if that worked.
You've seen my artwork in my speed paint videos, my DeviantArt, and occasionally my Twitter. I know that it's been rebranded to X, but it's still Twitter. Damn it! That is how I know it. That is the website. Screw you, Elon Musk. And
Lost his arm overseas,
but
now just wants to hide his
but
dog.
that is besides the point. For if you have seen my art, would you be willing to make a commission? Like, would you be willing to pay me to make you a piece of art? Okay? Just let me know down in the comments below. I'll also have a community post about this, probably at the same time when the video goes up. But just let me know, would you commission me to make you guys a piece of art? Just like it is a total option. You don't have to agree to it. It's just something there. Okay? Okay.
Sorry I let you down, Doc.
Sorry, I didn't realize just how long we were doing this. So, anyway. Throughout the lab, you can find audio recordings for Otto Octavius, and as the game goes on, you'll see just how exactly this plays into the major story. But you know, that's for another time.
Doc was testing a new concept
There is an achievement for doing all of these, I think. Again, I don't really know for certain, but this is actually kind of cool. You just need to match the lines and that's it. But anyway, since we're about to end, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and comment down below if I have not made that clear enough this video. Please, above all, subscribe for more videos like this and to know whenever the next video of Spider-Man comes out. And don't forget to check out my social medias if you're interested. Until next time, Celestial Goons, remember, reach for the stars.